Hi everybody, so this is Cindy with Funky Country, where I encourage you to embrace your crafting imperfections. So this weekend I went to town, which for me is going into the big city about 30 miles from me, which is Albuquerque. And being in a rural area, we call I'm going to town, meaning I'm going to Albuquerque. So I went in and did a little bit of shopping, and I wanted to show you what I got and why. So typically, I wouldn't be getting fall items or even thinking about fall items when it's July. Seriously, I wouldn't be thinking about it until mid-September, really. But this year, I'm really trying to get ahead of the game. I'm looking at what I need to do to prepare for my market and looking at ideas on Pinterest and trying to get an idea of what I want to do. And so my first stop was to Joanns. Now I always use coupons everywhere that I shop. I have an app for virtually every place, whether it's Joanns or Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I have apps for all of them, and I use all of the coupons I possibly can. And so I got some material, and I want to show you what I got. The first few pieces were on sale, and I'll tell you what I think about doing with them. So this first one is just like a black with orange dots. So I wanted to get something that had a close pattern to it in case I wanted to cut it up. I'm thinking about doing appliques. I was watching someone recently that I follow, and they did appliques, and I'd never done that. Thinking that you had to just sew around the piece, but they did it using a fabric fuse material. And so that got me excited about doing appliques. So that's kind of my plan. And then I'll think of something else too. And then I got this black and white, gotta have checks, gotta have all kinds of checks. And the smaller version. And then another polka dot. This is like an orange and almost like a gold color. And then a really tight leaf. Again, so that I could, if I wanted to cut it into appliques, it wouldn't matter where I cut it, I would have this tight design, it'd be okay. So these were all on sale. They were $5.99 a yard. I got a half of yard of all three of these, so each half a yard cost me $3. Then I got these. And these are more of the big patterns. So we got trucks, fall trucks. I'm sorry, tractors. Trucks coming up next. So with this, I'm thinking about doing like maybe like a 6-inch pillow. So I got a yard of this, and this was $9.74. The next three were $9.74 for a yard. Now it does sound kind of expensive. I don't buy fabric very often, so I'm not really sure what, what's uber expensive or what's, kind of ballpark. But I wanted to be able to cut out certain areas, and I needed to get extra so that I could make sure that I could cut out the entire scene that I wanted to use. And so I'm thinking about maybe little pillows with a handle on them, and maybe like a little wood leaf that's been painted out attached to it. I'm still working on that. If you have ideas, I would love it. If you scroll through Pinterest or you see something on another page that you follow using material, please let me know what your ideas might be. And obviously have some time, but again, wanted to get this stuff now, because if I wait even another month, it's gonna be slim pickings, really slim pickings. And so just trying to get ahead. I'd rather have it here and be able to think about what I want to do and work it into my weekly schedule, a piece here and there till I build it up, rather than trying to scramble at the end and not having any really choices. So here's the truck. Gotta have trucks, right? Those are amazing. Those are so stinking cute. And they're on all different directions, coming at you, going left, going right, going away. I loved this one. Again, this was $9.74 for the yard. And then the last one, It's going to be really easy to kind of cut this one into squares because of how it falls. I honestly did not mean to do that. It says fall on here. But how it falls, I could probably cut it out pretty easily and put it like on a pillow. So again, I was thinking about if I do like a pillow with this, then I would get one of these coordinating fabrics and like do that on the one side and then do this on the other. Something like that. All right, so that was my material from Joanns. And then I don't go to Joanns or to Hobby Lobby without leaving with paper. And again, I always get things on sale. And so I got some black, gotta have black for just about everything. These were all 79 regular on sale for 47 cents. So 79 cents to 47 cents. Got some orange, some yellow, and some polka dot, and let's see, pumpkins. And the last is leaves. So this is a good start with the fall. Not that this will be all that I get, but it's a good start. It gets me thinking about what I'm going to be doing as far as papers and backgrounds and covering it up. And then doing like maybe a napkin on top or a printable, which I'll be doing a lot more printables soon. Just using this as a background, and then maybe like cardstock and stenciling on that, just kind of layering things. I like the idea of layering. And so that's it from Joanns. So the material, was really happy with the material. I think I got some good stuff, and hopefully I won't be going back anytime soon for more material. I think this should get me through for fall, and then get me thinking about more for Christmas. All right. So next up is Michael's, and these are just like boom, boom, boom. I went to Dollar Tree, and then on the same road, and Albuquerque's a big area, but I went right from Dollar Tree to Joanns to Michael's, and that was pretty good on a day that I needed to get back home to my store. So I got these, and they come on a stand. They're like little pumpkins. They have the twine and a leaf, and I thought they were really cute. Again, using a coupon, so they were $8.99, and I got them for $7.19. And they're good wood. I mean, they're fairly thick. So I'm probably going to put maybe like one of those papers that I just showed you, maybe like a leaf paper on this, and then do some like type of layering with a card and a stencil and that kind of thing. And then paint this out. I'm not sure yet. I still want to think on it a little bit and get inspired. I have like, I don't know, 200 pictures on my phone of things that have inspired me. I need to go back through those and take a look at them and kind of put this idea with that idea, with this idea, with that idea, and come up with something to make them all different. What I would like to know is, are you going to be decorating a traditional orange, yellows, that kind of thing for fall? Or are you going to be doing more of a trendy thing, like with your blues and aquas, navies, those types of blues? Teal is big this year, teal and peach. So are you going to be decorating your fall decor more of the traditional way, fall colors, or are you going to be doing something completely different? I would love to know. What are the trends out there? Wherever you are, what part of the country you're in, or what you just like, what inspires you. So again, these were $8.99 retail. I got them for $7.19 on sale. All right. So I got 3 of those. I always pick up these houses. These houses are they're in the box, or they're in the dollar box, but so I get them for 80 cents with the coupon. And So sometimes I will just do them individually, like I showed you recently on some printables that I had done. And then other times I might put them together like this and, you know, make a row of houses and decorate them differently. And I'll just glue them together after I've decorated them and then make them a bigger shelf sitter. So that's coming. That'll be probably, I'll do like a fall scene and then definitely Christmas scenes. So I always pick these up. They're getting harder and harder to find because I think people are doing the same thing. So I got 5 of those, again, 80 cents a piece. I got some wire. So what inspired me to get the wire was something that I was walking down the aisle of all the fall stuff at Michael's, and they had something like this. It was already decorated out. So something like this with a bunch of things up on top to decorate it, you know, like flowers and twine and twigs and that kind of thing. And then it had the little spiral wire going up like you would see off of a pumpkin. And that inspired me to do maybe something like that with these. And so I got black. You can always use black even for anything else. And then like this copper color. I like doing unexpected colors. They had a bronze, but they didn't have it. This is a 20 gauge, and it was in the thicker, and there was no way I was going to be able to twirl it. So I'm just going to take a pen or a pencil or a Sharpie or something and twirl it around, and then apply it to, you know, the tops of these, and that'll give me my little spiral that you see, you know, with the foliage and pumpkins. So that's what I got those for. And then the last thing, it even surprised me. It's huge. So this is 6 feet. Now I walked past this and I saw all the possibilities of taking this apart. And so it's just on a string, and I thought, oh my gosh, if I took this apart, 6 feet of this, and it just repeats. But I've got twigs, and I've got leaves, and I've got pine cones and pumpkins and more, and it just keeps repeating. If I take this apart, I'm going to have enough for every fall project I do this year or probably the next 2 years. So I would typically have walked past this and not even given it a second thought. But thinking in the way that I can decorate so many individual pieces, it was $30, and then I got it for 20% off. 20% was the best I could do with the coupon. I got all this stuff for 20% off. So it came down to $24. That's still a lot of money. Now, if I were just going to hang this in my home, if I was just going to hang it on a wall and be done with it, or put it over something, there was no way I was going to pay $24 for this. But because I can pull it apart and use its individual pieces, I thought that was a really good steal. It's going to wind up being, I'm going to get way more than 24 pieces out of this, which would be $1 a piece. I'm going to probably double that. And so each individual piece I use will probably cost me 50 cents. That's what I plan on thinking as I'm putting my things together and pricing them out. I'm going to give each piece that I use 50 cents. And so with that, I thought it was a really great idea. So maybe you can go in with a friend and get something like this, or 2 or 3 or 4 friends, get the garland and take it apart, and each of you use components of this. It will go so far. And I thought that this was a really great color. And they also had one that was more of a white. And so there was those 2 options, but this one just kept pulling at me. It was like this being the better option. All right, so again, 6 feet of this, and it's gonna last a long time. All right, and the last stop was Dollar Tree. So I don't do a lot of shopping at Dollar Tree. My crafts have changed. So 6 months ago, I would have gotten something that, you know, for instance, this. So I would have gotten something like this at the Dollar Tree and then used this side. You see a lot of crafters do this, and that's perfectly fine. That's their niche. They do one of something and then they hang it up, or maybe they'll give it away or something. So they decorate this side of it, right? Or they might cut off it across the bottom here to make it a straight edge, and then decorate this part, but then leaving this and say, oh, you're gonna hang it up on the wall like this and no one's gonna see the back of it. But for me and for what I do, that just doesn't work, right? I would have to, paint this out or do, sorry, I don't typically get calls. That was a spam. So I don't typically use this stuff anymore. Now I might use this if for something I'm going to glue down on a project. And that way my clients or my customers are not going to see the back of it. But I wouldn't, for me, I'm not going to just decorate the front of it and then just have it hung and this part be seen. So I don't do a lot of shopping. That's a long way around this fact that I don't do a lot of shopping at Dollar Tree anymore for certain things. But I still like to use them for embellishments. So I really liked these. These were pretty awesome. Little it's like little cattails, and then the pine cone, and then the cotton. The only thing I didn't like about it, and I wish that Dollar Tree would kind of think a little bit, they're really up in their game. They're really, really up in their game with regards to the kind of crafts they have. And a lot of them have those craft squares right now. And people are showing pictures all over the country of what their craft squares look like, and which kind of got me to go out. But the ones that I went to aren't there yet. And so Dollar Tree, stop putting glitter on everything. We don't want glitter on everything. There's glitter on the tops of these, and I probably won't be able to pick it apart, and so it's very subtle, but it's okay. But Dollar Tree quit putting glitter on everything, because crafters, we will have to go in and shave all that stuff off or sand it off and get rid of it so that we can use the products for something else. And so that's kind of aggravating. Hopefully they'll stop and think about how they're doing this stuff and how we're using it. So I really thought these were pretty quality looking for a Dollar Tree item. So I got several of those. These garlands. So I love using these garlands. This is the fall colors. So it's like a deep berry and then like an orangey color. I was able to get three. I took the last three they were on an end cap. So the Dollar Tree that I went to, this stuff was kind of scattered all over the store. It wasn't in just one area. So I happened to be walking past an end cap and saw these on there. Hey, Christina. And so I grabbed them. Now, what I like to do is, like, for instance, there's little things on the end here, right? But I use these to loop and make a handle on maybe a picture or something. Well, these are just going to get in the way, but I save them. So as I pick them off to be able to get this through the hole and tie it around so that it hangs, I save these little things because I have felt flowers that I use, and then I put these in the center of the felt flowers. It was by mistake that I figured that out. I happened to have cut a bunch of them off. They were rolling around my table. I was putting some flowers together. I'm like, they need something else. And then it just grabbed me. And so I glued like 5 of these in a circle in the center of the flower. It was so cute. So if you get these and you wind up cutting these little things off or they fall off, keep them. Get a little dish and keep them because you can use them to embellish other things. So I was able to get 3 of those. And if you're just joining me, I'm going through what I got at Joanns, Michael's, and Dollar Tree, and I'm on Dollar Tree now. This will be the last one. And then, so if you want to see what I got, just do the replay. Hey, Christy. Hi, honey. And so I got a bunch of these burlap. They have these really great colors. And so I got the red, the tan, and then the brown. And these are going to be really great for embellishing anything that I have that's going to have like a ribbon or want some texture to it. So they're really good to have around. These little straw bales, you know, I'm thinking of trucks when I saw these. It's Dollar Tree is one of those places where it's like you're not really sure what you're going to do with it, but you think you need to have it, so you get it. There's not, for me, I don't put a whole lot of thought into some of the things I grab, and that's obvious because of my stash. But I think I'm going to use these in some way. I've got some little trucks that I think I'm going to decorate with pumpkins and things like that I got from Hobby Lobby. So I mean, for $1, I only got 3. I was good. So I got this for a project that I'll be doing. One of my crafters that I follow, she did a really cute thing to this and actually put a bow up here, and you can still use the clip, but then it was like a Christmas themed item. It was decoupage, so I just grabbed one. I'm gonna give it a shot and see how it goes. I always get wipes because I'm constantly having to get my hands clean as I'm doing projects. Let's see, more. I always pick up jute when I'm there. It's 187 feet. Depending on what you're doing with it, it could go a long way or not a long way, but it's just really handy to have on. Super to have on. All right, some more of the ribbon. Oh, orange. There's a nice orange. And let's see what else. This is almost like, oh, I got that one, the brown. This is like a maroon and gold color, which would be really cute. And then the last thing I got were these. Now, initially I was looking for clips because I use these on metal things that I make, and it's nice to have a removable clip that somebody can use. But of course I don't like the design on here, but decoupage. It's just going to take a small piece of paper to put over that corresponds with what I'm doing, and then it's going to go like it was meant to be together, right? So when you are shopping for certain things, just because it doesn't look the way that you would use it, think about how can I make this work? And that's exactly what I thought. I was like, ooh, I don't like this paper. And then I'm like, okay, paper, I can replace paper. I do it all the time, and it'll look like it was meant to go with a piece. And so that was it for Dollar Tree. And so I'm getting ready for the fall. Again, my sister Christy, the other day, she tagged me in a Olivia, I think her name's Christy, what's her name? Olivia. She does Dollar Tree crafts. She really upcycles them. I mean, she's like a master. I do watch her on an idea. So as you're coming along and you see things either on Pinterest or another page, and you think, hey, that would be a cool thing for me to do, to show you, and let me know. And it was something that I can see if I can work it into being able to show you how to do that. I might come back and say, you know what, I've never worked with glass, or I've never worked with ceramics, or I've never worked with whatever it is. Those are supplies I don't have on hand. But you kind of get a gist of what I have and what my aesthetic is for my crafting. So if you see something that looks kind of in that line, send it over to me. I'll take a look at it. If I can't immediately figure it out, I'll work on it and then see what I can come up with. And I would love to be able to show you my idea or my interpretation of whatever it is that you send me. So please continue to do that. I would love to see what you want to see me make in here for you. What you want me to do. What you want me to show you how to do. So that's really it. Again, thinking about fall, what colors are you decorating in this year? Are you going with a traditional, orange, reds, browns, that kind of thing? Or are you doing more of the blues and the peaches and the what we would call non-traditional ways of doing fall? I would love to see what your ideas are. of where you want to take your home. And that inspires me and lets me know what other people are doing in different parts of the country especially. So that's it. I just want to do a really quick, this is what I got and why. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much, and I will be talking to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.